My name is Doug Motes. I work at Lewis Sales and Service here in Geneva. I've been here 14 years. Lewis has been here since 1946, and I've been a salesman here all that time and enjoy working here. Okay, where can I begin my search for a new or used vehicle? You start with a newspaper. There are plenty of ads for new and used vehicles. And then the internet. You can do Craigslist. Is it wise to buy a car from the owner rather than from a dealership? Well, if you know the owner of the vehicle, you'll have the history of the vehicle, which is nice. You can use Carfax to get the history of a vehicle, and I advise doing that whenever possible. What time of year is best for buying a new or used vehicle? Well, if you're looking for a four-wheel drive vehicle, I'd try to buy it in the spring, because usually they're a little cheaper in the spring than what they are in the late fall going into winter. And then at the end of the month, a lot of times if you're looking at a dealership, it's a little better to go toward the end of the month, because if they've had a bad month, they may want to try to get more sales by the end of the month.
So new cars are more expensive to insure than used cars?
Yeah, because the value of your insurance is based on the value of the car. So if the value of a car is, let's say, $25,000, they're going to have to charge you more for insurance and charge that car to insure that car that's $25,000. Or let's say it's $10,000, it's going to be a lot less to insure that vehicle. And typically most dealers, it's their own preference, but a lot of times I've seen, just from working in the industry, typically 10%. Usually what most dealers work with, if they're able to mark the car down, is at 10% is kind of a general rule. It can vary from vehicle to vehicle, depending on if they want to move the vehicle, really not move the vehicle. It does cost you to buy that extended warranty, but if you have a major breakdown, that extended warranty will pay for itself pretty quickly.
Well, what our economics teacher says is that the extended warranties are fine, but he says that we shouldn't buy it right off the bat when we buy the car at first, because most of the time when we buy the car, it comes with a manufacturer warranty if it's a new car.
It does.
And then we just wait for that to run off, and then we buy the extended warranty.
Although sometimes with a new car, a lot of times the dealer is able to give you a better deal at the time of purchase than what you can, let's say, if you buy it at the end of, let's say, it has a 3-year warranty or 5-year warranty. It may cost you more to get it at that point than what it would if you'd have bought it at the time of purchase. Is there anything I can do to increase the value of my trade-in on my car, such as repairs? Well, probably the biggest thing on the trade-in is to clean your car up really well. Don't go in there with it dirty. It makes a big difference to come in there with it really clean. If you can touch up, buy some touch-up paint. Touch it up in spots, like the little tubes. Don't go out and get a paint job. That won't pay for itself. But as far as placing the tires, stuff like that, I wouldn't advise it.
So just cleaning it up?
Clean it up really well. Call your insurance agent to find out what the rate for your insurance is going to be. If you buy a real, sporty car, your insurance rates could be really high. So you can bargain for that too, or bargain for it. And I think you can lower the price, and usually they come down some on the warranty. That's another place for the dealer. They can come down some on it.
My name is Frank Horvath. I'm Vice President here at Valley Community Bank. I work in commercial loans, doing all kinds of things. So it's home equity loans, auto loans. So if it's a new car, you'll probably have to put down 10-15% of your own money, and the bank would finance the rest of it. We would take title to your car, which we have as collateral. And then we would give you a loan between 3 and 5 years for 90% of the cost of your automobile.
Well, you said between 10 and 15% you should put down. Based on what you put down, does that affect your interest rate? Or
yes, it does. That's a very good question. It does. The more you put down, the less of an interest rate you get. A lot of times we see younger buyers coming in there. A lot of times their parents will co-sign for them, but normal people will put down 10, 20, 25%. So if you came in and we gave you a loan with you not putting anything down, usually we'll require something down, you would have a higher interest rate. You put down 10%, your interest rate would be lower. To give you an idea, the high end of the interest rates on automobiles today are, about 9%, even in some instances 10%.
How would I qualify for this?
You would fill out an application, okay, and we would take a look at your credit history. One thing you always want to do is to have a good credit rating. It makes it easier. And it's difficult to get in a credit rating when you're a young person, but it's it takes time to build up a credit rating. But that's the way to do it is to again come into the bank. You fill out an application, take a look at your past credit history, and then we make a decision as to if you're credit worthy for the automobile.
And then one last question. I understand that in addition to getting a loan from a bank, many dealerships also offer some kind of loan.
Financing available, yeah.
Well, what's the difference between that and which I
You know what? It's every car dealership works with banks. It could be banks like ourselves, Harris Bank. They work with GMAC, which is a finance company for General Motors or Ford Motor Credit. But a lot of times it's just easier to do with the dealer because you're there buying the car. Okay, and they have a big finance department. They deal with 1 million banks, and their rates are just as good, if not better, than say a bank like ourselves because they have so many people that come in, so that they do so many more deals than a typical bank does, getting people off the street. So what we try to do is to make the used car loans only 3 years or 3 to 4 years in most cases, where on some new cars now they're 5 years and even 6 years you can get because they're higher priced too. So one way what we do is they call it the blue book. It's car dealers use it, banks use it, and it gives you a value of that car. Okay, say it's $5,000 and you pay $6,000 for it, so we'll finance the $5,000, but you'll have to come up with a little bit more money, and probably a shorter term instead of a 5-year, maybe 3-4 years.
Try to build up a good credit rating before buying a car so that you can get better rates on the loan. Be sure to do your research. The internet is a great resource when searching for a car. If you plan to pay cash, don't let the salesman know that up front. Because they will be making less money from you in loans, they will be less likely to work with you. Call many dealerships to research prices. If you are planning to buy a 4-wheel drive vehicle, do it in the spring when they are slightly cheaper. Now that you have found the perfect car, let's see if you can defend it from other potential car buyers.
What?
Action.
I wasn't even ready. I had the controller out here. You know what? I'm gonna rant about your camera skills. You know what? You really suck. You know what? I can't believe that you always want to just do one shot. You know what? You should just get out of here right now. Don't ever come back to Hollywood. You know? I mean, man, jeez, got nothing to work with here. Nothing.
What?